Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome back to Fallout 76, where this week we're going to craft up some fixers. As always, we'll talk about what makes them good, what makes them bad, and just see how lucky we can get. I used to have quite the collection of amazing commando weapons, but with the 2-month campaign we ran to raise money for Ukraine, we auctioned a ton of those off, so now it's time to replenish the stock. Remember, if you like videos like this and you want to see more, do go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment, follow me on Twitter. You know how it all works. Let's go ahead and craft up a few, and then we'll apply the legendary mods and see how we do. Okay, so we should have a grand total of 11 fixers now. Let's go ahead and see what we can get. I know I've got plenty of legendary modules that I've been stocking up on, and I cleared my personal inventory of anything, so we should be able to be pretty crystal clear on what we've got. Let's see here. We're going to go 3 stars. Here we've got a mutants fixer with bashing damage and extra damage resistance while aiming. I'm not going to lie, I'm not a huge fan of this one. The mutants effect can be useful for mid-level characters who maybe have mutations, but they don't have a full build yet, so at least you get something. But for a higher level character that's pretty well built out or spec'd out rather in their build, it's not as useful. Bashing damage is worthless on everything but a minigun, and a little extra damage resistance while aiming, while it's nice, it doesn't really do a whole lot for you if you're properly sneaky. So that one's a dud, but let's hold on to it for now because we can always turn it back in for script. Let's see what we can get here. Oh, okay. There we go. Now we're talking. So maybe I'm getting a little bit of karma back here for all the weapon auctions. We've got Bloodied Explosive with 15% faster reload. So Bloodied and Explosive are fantastic. That's going to be your best damage at low health. Explosive is also very good. That's extra damage on top of that, and it's area of effect damage to boot. So very, very good there. 15% faster reload is going to help improve our DPS. While I would love to see some less VATS AP cost or something like that, you know, hey, I can live with this. This is a pretty damn good roll. We got lucky today, so what do you think? Do we just stop here? No, of course not. We're going to go ahead and craft up the rest of these and see what else we can land. All right, this one's a piece of garbage. We've got 50% damage to Mirelurks and bugs, extra limb damage, and perception. So this would be the Exterminator's effect. Unless they're going to bring back vault raids with tons of Mirelurks and bugs in them, nobody's going to keep around an Exterminator's weapon. It's just not that useful. Extra limb damage doesn't hurt to have, but it's not a good enough secondary effect that you're going to keep this one for that. And extra perception will give you slightly more accuracy in VATS, I suppose, but if you've got a good solid stealth commando build going already, you're really not going to notice much of a difference there. So that one, sadly, is a disappointment, but really, you know, we did pretty good already, so can't really complain. Let's see what else we've got. This one is Executioners with faster fire rate and extra perception. I don't detest the Executioner's effect as much as some people do. It's not going to be super useful for just your normal run-of-the-mill farming, but when you are facing a boss, once that boss is below 40% health, that is quite a damage buff. So it does work out pretty well. You can keep this one around as a spare to flip to at the end of a Scorch Beast Queen or something like that. Or if you just maybe don't have a great other fixer, then this one's not bad. 25% faster fire rate's going to improve the overall DPS, and extra perception, again, slight improvement to VATS accuracy. So that one's not a total disappointment. Let's see what else we've got here. And this one is Zealots. 50% damage to Scorched, VATS hit chance, and breaks 50% slower. So the Zealots effect, not a huge fan of that. I'm just generally not a huge fan of the situational damage effects in general. I think that they're not very useful just because they don't do extra damage to everything. So, of course, you're going to hold out till you get something better. VATS hit chance I like. That allows you to target weak points where you can do extra damage. And breaking 50% slower certainly doesn't upset me at all. But unfortunately, that primary effect is probably not good enough to keep this one around. We've got a few more to go. And now we've got Hunters. We replenish AP with each kill and get 50 damage resistance while aiming. So Hunters is also one of my least favorite of the situational effects. I think this one is even more useless than Exterminators. Well, maybe that's debatable. Technically, I think this works against the Scorchbeast Queen, so maybe you get a little something out of it. But overall, you're not keeping a separate weapon around just to go hunt radstags and such with. So just not going to be good enough to keep around. Replenishing AP with each kill can be helpful if you've got a VATS build, but without a better effect to pair that with, it's not going to get you very much. And again, damage resistance while aiming. Doesn't hurt to have it, but nobody's getting excited about that. What do we have? 4 more? 5 more? 4 more to go. Let's check it out. Can we get another good one before the end here? And we have Instigating with VATS hit chance and agility. There was a time when Instigating was good. That time was long ago. It is now not good. So not very useful. Just the way they nerfed it made it pretty impotent. So sadly, not a great effect. VATS hit chance helps you target those weak points. Extra agility will give you some extra AP for VATS, which can be useful. So something like this, you know, the VATS hit chance alone can be useful. So let's say you get a weapon like this and you don't have a legendary fixer at all, or you have like a Hunter's legendary fixer. Well, this one's going to be an improvement over that. The Instigating effect will do extra damage when the target is full health, but it's not really double damage anymore. It's more like double the base damage of the weapon, so it's fairly insignificant. But your extra VATS hit chance is helpful. A little extra agility doesn't hurt. Nothing wrong with carrying a weapon like this around until you get something better, but it's certainly not going to be one that you hold on to forever. 3 more to go. And another Zealots. Oh, with the infamous last shot effect. Last round in the magazine has a 25% chance to deal double damage, and our VATS critical meter fills faster. So damage to Scorched, we talked about that before, can be somewhat useful. More useful than some of the situational effects, but not really that great. The last shot effect is absolutely terrible. With a weapon like this, you're very rarely going to fire the last round in your magazine. You're usually going to reload in between enemy encounters so that you have a full stack when you encounter something else. So the likelihood of actually using your last shot and getting that double damage is really slim, and it's only a 1 in 4 chance on top of that, so that's disappointing. VATS critical meter filling 15% faster doesn't hurt, but without other good things to pair it with, it's not going to be worth keeping around. 2 more to go. And we've got another Exterminators with last shot and 50 damage resistance while aiming. So this is a piece of garbage. And yeah, I mean, we talked about Exterminators, we talked about last shot, we've talked about damage resistance, so I'm going to shut up about that, and we're going to do the last one. Can we do any better? This one is Junkies with bashing damage and extra perception. So Junkies is still a desirable effect. If you want to do a Junkies build, you can do that, get yourself addicted to a whole bunch of chems, and ideally, you get addicted to a bunch of chems that you can also use to stack your damage. So that way, you can pop them before you get into fights or boss fights and really max out what you can do with a weapon like this. Bashing damage is useless. Extra perception, sure, again, a little extra VATS accuracy, but really nothing to write home about there. So that's that. We did pretty good here. I think let's try and re-roll a couple of these really bad ones. I've got a ton of legendary modules. Let's do one more chance on each of the really horrible ones. Okay. All right, that's a little better. So this one we've got anti-armor with limb damage, and we have a chance to generate a stealth field. So anti-armor is good. Especially if you are running this at full health, that can be really beneficial because you're not doing that much damage. You're doing less damage per shot, so you get a little more mileage out of the way that calculates. Extra limb damage doesn't hurt, but I don't love it. Having a chance to generate a stealth field, I don't know that that's really super useful, but it's a cool effect to have if you're going for a stealthy rifleman or stealthy commando build. At least that's something that fits your character model well. So that's not bad. We've improved that piece of junk. Let's see if we can improve this piece of junk. Okay, well, we improved it. It's still not great, but we improved it. This one, we've now got the Juggernaut's effect, where we've got increased damage with increased health. That leads to full health, basically gives you a 25% damage buff. So it's not as good as Bloodied, but if you really don't like running around at low health, it can be a nice secondary choice. I still don't see why you wouldn't pick something like anti-armor, but if you wanted this, you could do it. Replenishing AP with each kill will help you out in VATS. Faster reload will improve your DPS. So is it great? No, but it's better than what was there before. Okay, Scorched VATS hit chance. Let's not roll that one. This one's a piece of junk. Let's re-roll this one. All right, and wow. Wow. Okay, this was worthwhile. We've got another Bloodied. Bullets exploding for area damage, so another Bloodied explosive fixer with 25% less VATS AP cost. So this one's actually better than the other one we rolled. So that is fantastic. Bloodied is great. Explosive is great. Less VATS AP cost is perfect for me because I am a VATS user. So two pretty close to God roll fixers here. This one might be a God roll fixer. We did really well on this run. Do we have any other really terrible ones we can do? Let's see here. Another Exterminators. Let's see if we can improve that. Okay, it's an improvement. Not magical, but it's an improvement. We've got Quad with limb damage, and it breaks 50% slower. So Quad is not going to give you extra damage, but you're going to reload a lot less, which can be fun, especially for bosses. Extra limb damage, again, mildly helpful. Breaking 50% slower. That one I really like because I really hate the hassle of needing to repair weapons. So that's a desirable effect for me. This would be a weapon that would be great to run around with at low-level events and things like that where you don't necessarily need to be overpowered. This would be ideal for that scenario. Do we have another bad one? That's Junkies. That's not bad. This one, the Instigating. Let's roll this one. Why not? We'll do one more. See if we get lucky again. We probably won't. Yeah, no. Troubleshooters with AP refresh and 15% faster reload. Troubleshooters is one of the more useful situational effects. You generally know when you're going to be encountering a lot of robots, whether you're clearing a silo or doing certain events. You know when you're going to get robots, so you can use these weapons. Replenishing AP with each kill is useful for VATS users. 15% faster reload will help your DPS, so this isn't a bad roll. It's just not a very good one in comparison to some of the other things we got today. But I think we did pretty damn good today. So we got an anti-armor, bloodied explosive, and we got another bloodied explosive, didn't we? Yeah. 2 bloodied explosives, both very good. A couple of other kind of interesting ones. So I'm replenishing my stockpile a little bit, and that is always a good thing. But that is going to bring this round of Legendary Crafting to a close. I thank you all for joining me. I'm glad you were able to see some good news for a change. Usually, lately, we've been doing these videos and they have not been going well. So today was a welcome change for that. Again, I thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed yourself, please do leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, follow me on Twitter. There is also an officially unofficial Discord you can now join. So feel free to do all of those things. And I hope I see you all next time.